Hello everybody and welcome back to Pokemon 30 Years. In the last episode when we left off we had 2 new team members. Now everybody is level 15 or above if you're Destroyer. Let's take a quick look at our team, which is going to be inconvenient because Gen 1 sucks. But Laura, 42 attack, doing well. But again, it's like the stab typing is special, so it's not really that good. And I looked up the learn set for Laura and yeah. This is what we're going to be stuck with. That being said, there's 2 TMs that are going to be useful. One can be found on Route 12, which, gonna be honest, the chance of Laura living that long, not very high. But the other one is actually found in Cerulean City, and that is Dig, which that is a fairly decent move. So that is something that we can be looking forward to. Naga didn't really change, but that Naga, Destroyer I didn't even use, and Claws. I just realized how great of a name Claws is, because it is also like claws, like the things on its claws, like claws. I actually like that name now. Wow. I was talking in Discord with some people about like this name, and somebody suggested calling it Meowser, like the cat transformation for Bowser, but I was like, that's so much better than Claws. But no, it's not. Claws is amazing. I love this name. Also, the battery of my camera is at like 20%, so I'm hoping that's going to last the half an hour that this episode is going to take. But now that we have Laura at a decent level, we can actually like just burn this pincer and probably one-shot it, because it's a pincer. So in today's episode, we're going to go through Mount Moon and hopefully capture one more Pokemon before we have to do Nugget Bridge and the Cerulean Gym. And after that, we obviously do get the TM for Dig, which we've wanted for our entire lives. And our first real obstacle, other than the pincer, is a Sparrow. I'm going to be... I was going to say focusing on Laura a little bit, because that's the thing that I like. It's probably our second best Pokemon at the moment, I want to say, just stat-wise. And also because... I don't know. I was going to say, because we have a physical variant to the special monster that is Slowbro. But first and foremost, the physical attack stat that Laura has far outweighs the special stat, which in and of itself is an overpowered stat that that Naga has, and there's also a water type Pokemon here. Should have thought about that. So doesn't really mean anything. Also, Laura can actually run away from things. I should remember that as well. Talking about remembering things, I did not remember this trainer being there. So I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. It's a thing. So we're going to go through Mount Moon, and I don't think Mount Moon is going to be much of a difficulty. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't think it'll take like the entire episode, because there's only a couple of battles. I'm probably going to go out of my way to do a couple of extra battles, just because I'm going to need the experience anyway, and it's either I'm going to get experience from these battles here. I'm not going to say it against a Rotini though, I'm not that insane. Let's go into Claws, because we haven't used Claws on screen yet. It's either experience from these trainer battles, or I'm going to have to do this from wild battles near Cerulean City, and I would prefer not to have to do that too much. That being said, getting everybody to level 15, especially with Speed Button, took no time whatsoever. I did while I was exporting last episode, and that took about 20 minutes to export. And I finished grinding before the export was done. So that's just to give you an example of how, number one, quick by PC renders things. It's amazing. And number two, how quickly grinding goes with the speed button when you can literally play at, I think it's 10,000%. If I press the speed button now, which is not very pleasant for your ears, I'm playing anywhere between like 5,000 and 9,000% speed, which means that anything just happens instantly. If I press the button downwards direction, the D-pad once, I'm just literally like at the nearest wall in the downward direction. It's instant. It's between 50 and 100 times as fast as the game is supposed to run. And because of that, you instantly run into wild Pokemon when you use that in a patch of grass, which is amazing. And, well, yeah, that's that. So, I was thinking maybe I shouldn't, like, only use Laura here. But I think we'll be fine. If Laura makes it to level 16, I'm gonna switch out probably into Claws, and if then Claws makes it to level 16... is there anything I can, like, be clever with here? I don't think there is. Typing-wise, because Ditto does also take the typing, right? It doesn't stay normal type. I never know what Ditto does, because I know that if you transform... It's not really transforming, but if you use... That's very interesting. It's got a different color scheme. Oh, that's right. In the previous generations, Ditto, when it transformed, had a different color scheme. Even in Generation 3, it was just ever so slightly lighter. That is true. Isn't there something as well where Ditto used to transform into the shiny form of whatever it transforms into when it's a shiny? But it doesn't do that anymore? Something like that? If you've got a shiny Ditto and you transform into a Rayquaza, whatever you like to call it, you turn into a shiny Rayquaza, which is much better because it's black. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again, black dragons are the best kind of dragons. It's just black looks very, very good on a dragon because... Probably because like black and red or black and orange, like flame colors, mix very well. They go very well together as a color combination. And I know black isn't technically a color, it's a shade of every color in existence. When you just shade it to the darkest it'll go, it's black. Same with white and anything in between it with no saturation, any kind of gray. It's technically not a color, it's a shade. But for grey, you could argue it's actually a color because you need to specify that it doesn't have any saturation. Whereas pure black and pure white, even if you put saturation in, it's always going to be black or white. It's just going to be like fully lit versus like fully off. As far as like the pixels go, the RGB pixels. We're getting into like... why am I using Screech? Why am I using Screech? I should be using Bite. Bite is actually a very good move. I figured out during my grinding. I don't think I have any potions, do I? I've got 2 potions, never mind. Really no reason to have to use a potion there. But I did anyway. So, do I want to battle this dude? You know what? We have to fill up some time in this episode anyway, right? Because if I just run through Mount Moon, we're going to be out of Mount Moon within the next 10 minutes. So, might as well just lengthen the episode a little bit and battle a couple of extra trainers. Jesse and James might actually end up being a bit of an issue. I need to remember we're playing yellow. So, there's going to be a Jesse and James fight after picking up the fossils. So that's one extra fight I have to do. So, I didn't do this before with the Nidoran, because it was just a Nidoran. Also, I think it was the first Pokemon that got sent out. I do need to like pay attention a little bit to the typing of things getting sent out, especially now that I do have some amount of, like, a little bit more coverage. It's not a lot. It's not a lot, but it's a little. I guess I really want that Water Pulse TM. I really do. Next episode we're going to beat Misty and Naga is going to get a Water type move, and from that moment forth we will be golden. Because we'll have a Water type move, and then we'll also have a Ground type move with Dig. So our coverage is going to go way up the moment we beat Misty. The only thing is, if Misty has an Electric type Pokemon, any Electric type Pokemon, I am done. Because that's still something I don't have coverage against. And when we get Dig, we have coverage against electric type Pokemon. Other than Zapdos, I guess, but that's one very specific Pokemon. That's actually a very, like, fitting Pokemon to encounter here. That's very nice. I'm going to run away from you. What are the odds of that? Well, the odds of that are actually, like, how many Pokemon are usually in here? There's, like, Zubat, and maybe, is there Geodude in here usually? There's Paris, I think there's like 5 Pokemon you can run into in Mount Moon in total. So that chance is like 1 in 30. Which is about the same as running into any given legendary we've figured out like 5 times so far. Everything just comes back to a 1 in 30. It's insane. Also, how's it been Christmas for you? Also, grammar. This is getting uploaded after Christmas. Last episode was Christmas Day. This has been uploaded on Friday, which I don't think any holiday on Friday. I would also very much like to get an electric type for situations like these. I think claws are still the best option to go with here. But Gyarados might be very... Actually, it's not that bad. It'll probably not die here because why would you ever give me a critical hit when I could actually use one? If this is a critical hit, I'm gonna lose my shit. It's not. Okay, good. Which means we only have 3 more battles. There's 1 more Rocket Grunt, the Scientist, and then Jesse and James. And we're not even halfway through this episode, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might actually like do the rival fight. I might actually just do the gym. No, I'm not gonna do the gym. Are you crazy? The gym leader is going to have like a level 22 Pokemon. I'm not gonna... No, that's a bad idea. I mean, you guys probably are very much agreeing with me. Also, I picked up some items like the HP up, this TM12, which is Water Gun. Which I suppose I probably actually should just... What? Persian can learn Water Gun? I'm gonna teach it to Naga. I'm gonna get rid of it next episode, but... and then the HP up, I don't know. Who has the least HP? Claws, you're getting an HP up. I really don't care. And then this TM, I think, is Bide, which we already had. So, now we have Water Gun on Naga, which that's a thing. But why can Persian learn Water Gun? That's weird. Wait. Usually there's a Rocket Grunt there. I guess it's not there because this is Pokemon Yellow and we have a Jesse and James fight? I guess that's the only logical explanation I can come up with. Is the Scientist the Rocket Grunt usually? Is that the same character? Am I like making one character? No, because the Rocket Grunt has like a Rattata. Of course it's Articuno. I actually have something to deal with you now! I actually can deal with you. Let's see how much damage you actually do against claws, because I would rather like not have to switch into anything. I can take out the Articuno with claws, no problem at all. I'm starting to think, by the way, that Misty might not be like level 22, because even these Pokemon are level 12. You might be supposed to do Nugget Bridge before going to Misty. Payday is not a bad move. Also, oh man. Oh, itchy nose. Not even itchy. It actually hurts. No, what did I get rid of? Scratch. I'm never going to use Scratch anyway. Why would I use Scratch if I have Bite? Especially since they're both normal type moves in this game. Venonat is a laughable. We're going to use Destroy. We've used all our Pokemon in this episode so far. It's a good episode. Just leave a like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you've enjoyed the video, which hopefully you have. I hope that is packed. Yes, it is. That soothes the pain a little bit. It literally was like somebody pushed a needle like through the roof of my mouth into my nose. it hurt a lot. Like, it came out of fucking nowhere, but it hurt a lot. It's real weird. And now I have the same feeling in my throat. Do I have, like... There might be something wrong with me. I'm gonna be honest. I might be dying. I've said that before. Last time, I was just sick for a week. But I don't want to get sick for, like, the 3rd time in the same season. This doesn't seem like something that would happen when you are just sick. Seems like something that happens when you, like, just die. Just something like, I don't know. I don't even know what that would be. It's probably just the fact that, like, my mouth and everything is very dry from talking so much today. It's probably just it. Okay, I didn't even pay much attention there. So it's not going to matter which one we pick here because it's going to get randomized anyway. So there's no need to pick up the old amber anyway as well, because usually you could pick Aerodactyl over either of these fossils if you want to, but everything is going to be randomized. And as we learned with the Magikarp text, it still said Magikarp until I actually got the Pokemon. So I'm going to assume that the same thing happens here. Though it might not actually, because that Magikarp is just like a set amount of dialogue. And then it did say Arcanine when I actually got the Pokemon. Either way, I'm not gonna know. I'm not gonna know. So I might as well just pick one of the two. But there might be a chance that when I show it to like the professor dude in Cinnabar Island, he actually tells me what Pokemon will turn into. And I get an opportunity to go grab the old Amber to see what that is instead. I'm gonna lead with Destroyer here, just because it's the highest level thing I have and it also has the least damage to it. So you should have 3 Pokemon, which usually would be a Koffing, Ekans, and Meowth. Yes, okay. You're going to start with a... That couldn't have been worse. I literally just said I don't have anything to deal with electric types, and I just put a flying type up front of my party. Hopefully you don't have self-destruct yet. You're definitely not going to have explode. But you still scare me, so I'm going to use takedown. Okay, Sonic Boom is actually potentially just as scary as self-destruct because it doesn't kill him and it deals a set amount of damage, that being 20. That being said, I can live another one of those. And I don't use takedown there because otherwise I'd kill myself. But Amber should be able to take out the Electrode. They're a critical... What's with all the critical hits that I don't need? Next up is Tangela. Usually that would be a good one for Laura, but I'm gonna go into Destroyer here because Laura's at 4 HP, which isn't like a lot. I also like that Laura has more HP, like total HP, max HP, than Destroyer, which is a higher level. I mean, I know how Pokemon stats work. Don't worry. I've been using Little Cup Pokemon in OU, in Showdown Scoreboard. I know different Pokemon have different stats, like a lot. After I'm done recording this episode, I have to record Showdown Scoreboard episode 3 with a fucking Hippopotas. It's gonna be a thing. It's not gonna be a good thing, but it's gonna be a thing. At some point, Acreus is going to enter the Hall of Fame and we are finally going to be out of fucking OU. Unless we get an Ubers Pokemon and we're going to be stuck in Ubers or another OU Pokemon or whatever. Somehow I think I have 4... Okay, I'm going to save this round for that actual video. Which should be going up on like Sunday, so that's the day after tomorrow for you guys. This should one-shot. And that was the only real challenge we had today. I mean, we did face an Articuno. To be honest. I mean, we did face an Articuno. But that's that. And there's one more wild Pokemon. It's a Kabuto. It'll mess up our world. We're going to capture one last Pokemon, and then I think we're going to like call it a episode early. because I don't know what my rival levels are going to be. And I would prefer not to do a rival fight like right now, to be honest. And next episode we might be going into the gym first, or we might be going up to the next route first. Let's see how many Pokeballs do we have left. 7 should be enough to capture mostly any Pokemon we run into here. So we're going to do one or the other first. We're probably going to do Nugget Bridge first. I'm not that mad, but I just don't want a lot of water types. Why? Why is it always water types? I can answer you why, because water is the most prevalent type throughout all of Pokemon. If you put all Pokemon into like categories based on type, the water type category is going to have the most amount of Pokemon in it. There's just more water types than any other type. Which is weird because we have a type called normal. So apparently normal is not even the most common thing. What the... Why? Why? It blows my mind. Normal type is not the most common thing, it's water. Which makes sense because... I mean, from a like perspective of planet Earth, 70% of Earth is covered, the surface is covered by water. So there's a lot of water here. And if you've seen Hoenn, there's a lot of water there as well. And actually in Kanto, there's a decent amount of water as well. Like, not like as much as Hoenn, but a decent amount. I'm not gonna get creative with this. I'm just going to call this... I'm going to call you Snas. My reasoning there is I was going to call you Nass or Nassie because Loch Ness Monster, that's not very creative. Then I was like, I can call you like Nass, like the Nintendo Entertainment System, but I can also call you SNES, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. And then my brain went to, I could call it N64 or GameCube or Wii or Wii U or Switch or like Game Boy. But all those names just don't seem to really work for a name, while SNES is something that I can just say. And I was thinking just calling it NES, like the, what is it? Earthbound protagonist? I've never played those games. I'm very sorry, don't kill me. I might get around to it sometime. I've gotten spoiled with RPGs and specifically JRPGs because... You know what? I'm gonna do the rival fight and this episode. No! We're on Cerulean City. You know what that means? You know what that means? That I'm in the wrong building. But there is a rare candy in the backyard here, so I'm going to pick that one up. At least I think there is. There might not be in this version of the game, actually. No, there doesn't seem to be a rare candy here. I think. Probably. No? No rare candies? No rare candies. Okay, so this is just... The entire backyard is just useless. There's a Bulbasaur here which you can get, but usually you need to have a certain amount of friendship with Pikachu, which... We don't have Pikachu, so I don't know what this is going to... I can take care of injured Pokemon. And this is Bulbasaur back to health. It needs to be a good trainer to take care of it now. So I'm just not gonna get the Bulbasaur because I don't have a Pikachu. That sucks. So we're not gonna get Bulbasaur. Huh. I was in the middle of an anecdote, and then I just kind of forgot, and now I don't know what I was talking about. So... I'm scared to take on the rival fight. The rival fight isn't really part of Nugget Bridge, is it? Well, let's just do it. Let's just do it. It's not really part of Nugget Bridge. We can do Nugget Bridge next episode, and at least this way we have a little bit of drama. I did heal at the Pokemon Centers, didn't I? Oh my god. Did I? Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh yeah, I got spoiled. Also, holy fuck, you're level 18 already. Holy shit! This was a mistake. That was a... I'm glad that I have coverage now and that I have 2 water types for this Ponyta. Yeah, I've got a little bit spoiled with RPGs and JRPGs in particular, with like games just including voice-acted cutscenes. I've never been a fan of doing a lot of reading, but now that it's gotten like just standard, if you play a game, you're going to have like somebody narrate or just voice act the story for you. I have a hard time going back to more classic games where you have to read like it. I don't know how long Earthbound or like the Mother series is, but the JRPGs, I'm pretty sure they're going to be fairly lengthy games, like multiple dozens of hours, which means at least 24. But anywhere between like 20 and 50 hours, right? A lot of that time is going to be spent reading dialogue boxes, and that's not something I particularly enjoy, and especially on screen. If I'm doing it, I'm probably just going to be doing it laid back, and if I do it on screen, it's going to be like a lot of silence, because I've given up on doing voice acting in these series. Also, that was a crabby, so let's just stay with Destroyer, who cares? So yeah, I'm probably not gonna do it on stream. I might play it at some point, but I just can't be bothered going back to all the JRPGs, which is a shame because there's a lot of older JRPGs that are very, very good and interesting, but I just, the story is such a big part of them, and it's told in a way that I don't enjoy reading a lot of dialogue. I just don't. And some games like get a pass because I'm invested. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, they get a pass. I'm invested. Even though Gates of Infinity really, really fucked with that. I am willing to, when I get around to it, play Super Mystery Dungeon and actually read the story parts. I'm willing to do that because I have a lot of goodwill left over from the original games, and especially Explorers of Time, Darkness, and then Sky. Pokemon in general, right? I mean, I do just read dialogue boxes when I play the new games. That being said, I haven't played... Well, actually, yes, I played Ultra Moon or Ultra Sun, I don't remember which one I had, in my own time off-screen. So I read the dialogue boxes there because I'm invested in Pokemon. But other than that, like, there's not a lot of games coming out these days which don't have, like, majority voice acting, which is, like, it's a little iffy. Next time, I think we're going to do Nugget Bridge and the route above this place where we can usually get the Charmander. I don't know if we'll be able to get the Charmander without the Pikachu. I'm gonna try to get the Charmander, because if we can get the Charmander, that means we also get a guaranteed member of the team rather than having to catch one, which I would prefer. But first, Nugget Bridge, then an encounter, and then more trainer battles, then doing the whole thing with Bill. And then probably the episode after that, we're going to do the Misty fight, which is still very scary. But I want that coverage on my team. I want to have one more opportunity at getting coverage, and then we'll actually have a full team as well, so we can actually start backing up things in the box. So we can start swapping out Pokemon to suit our needs. So we can actually choose who to bring. So we can probably like get rid of SNES. Let's be honest, between you and me here. It's either like Naga or SNES. It's going to stay on the team, and it's probably going to be Naga because of the psychic typing associated with that. But then again, I think Lapras is also Ice type, which could come in handy as well. You are Ice type, aren't you? Yeah, you're Water and Ice. And you also have Water Gun. And Growl. Yeah, definitely you're going to keep Naga. Until the next time, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you have enjoyed the video, which hopefully you have. While I, like, my vocabulary just breaks apart and I just say half words, and hopefully you guys still understand what I'm saying. Probably not though. I'll see you all back next time when we're taking on Nugget Bridge, and actually that's going to make us a lot of money, so we're going to be set for a bit as far as like buying Pokeballs and buying potions goes. That's been an issue Primarily last episode, but also a little bit this episode. So we're gonna be good there. Bye.